guys, welcome to the FPL Game Week 2. Welcome to Football Premi Podcast. Today we have Arun Wilson and last week's Football Premi League champion, Srijit. എങ്ങനെ പൊട്ടഭാഗ്യത്തിന് ജയിച്ചാണ്
All about Salah.
All about Salah. So this week we'll talk about the fixtures and നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം ഏതൊക്കെയാണ് നല്ല പ്ലേയേഴ്സ് നല്ല ബൈ ഉള്ളതെന്ന്. So over to you, Srijit. Let's start with which game will you start with? ഏത് ടീമാണ് നമുക്ക് ഏത് പ്ലേയേഴ്സിനെയാണ് ലോഞ്ച് ഔട്ട് ചെയ്യേണ്ടത് ഈ വീക്കില്? So for example, Everton and West Brom are first game, right?
So Everton, I think if you already had Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think he's a good keep. You should continue with him. He scored a goal. I know he got that only with one shot at target, but I think that was a good one. And the team is set up to provide him a lot more chances. So I think they also have good fixtures coming up. So if you have Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I would persist with him. Unless you have one of those very expensive strikers and you want to change. Week 2, again, ഞാൻ പറയുമ്പോൾ കുറച്ച് ഇതാണ്. നോർമലി ലാസ്റ്റ് 2 സീസണിൽ week 2, week 3 വൈൽഡ് കാർഡ് യൂസ് ചെയ്തതാണ് ഞാൻ. But I think unless the team is entirely screwed up, I think you can resist that this time. And
അത് ആക്ച്വലി അടുത്ത ക്വസ്റ്റിനോട്ട് പോകുന്നത്. അതായത് സോ അരുൺ ലാസ്റ്റ് വീക്ക് അരുൺ സംസാരിച്ചിരുന്നില്ല, അതായത് യുണൈറ്റഡ്, സിറ്റി, ബേൺലി, വില്ല, ദീസ് 4 teams are coming back. അവരുടെ ഫസ്റ്റ് ഗെയിമാണ് ഈ വീക്കിൽ, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ഇഫ് യു ഹാവ് പിക്ഡ് ലൈക്ക് എ ടീം ഫോർ ഗെയിം വീക്ക് 1, is the right time to use like a wild card?
Yeah, I mean, if you really don't have any other option, I think you should go for it. I mean, if you have really played your game week 1 with entirely full-fledged squad and not having any benched United or City players, then you really have to go ahead with the wild card. So I would generally lean towards not using it, but I think this year or this season you don't have any specific reason to not use it at this early stage because you have a scenario for that.
Okay.
So what I saw was a lot of teams, they double dipped on the Southampton game. So they had Che Adams and Danny Ings, or some of them had I know we're going to talk about it. They had Jimenez, but I think they were very clear that they were going to make way for Martial or Jesus. They had that extra money in the bank.
യെസൂസിനെ കാലി ഗോൾ പോസ്റ്റിൽ അടിക്കാറില്ല പിന്നെ.
ഇതിപ്പോ ആരെങ്കിലും വേണ്ടേ? So because I'm speaking the മറ്റേ സ്ട്രൈക്കർ ഓപ്ഷൻസിൽ നമ്മുടെ മാർഷ്യലും യെസൂസും മാത്രമേ ഉള്ളൂ ഇപ്പൊ സിറ്റിയിൽ. I don't know Aguero. I don't think Aguero starts. ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ വെച്ച് നോക്കുമ്പോൾ. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ you have to, if you had a Dele Alli or a Son.
ജീസസിന് ഒരാളുടെ പേര് ജൂദാസ് ആക്കണോ? സിറ്റീനെ നശിപ്പിക്കാൻ ഇറങ്ങിയിരിക്കുന്നവൻ.
I am happy, the Man United fan in me is happy every time he plays and doesn't score.
Liverpool fans are super happy with Jesus. അവന് ജീസസ് എന്നല്ല വേറെ എന്തെങ്കിലും. So yeah, that's a fair point actually. കുറെ പേര് ഇപ്പോൾ like even my team, I have double dipped on Sheffield defense. I have double dipped on Tottenham, who crumbled very badly, or actually tripled up. I have Doherty, Son and Kane. Kane ഇനി പെനാൽറ്റി മാത്രം അടിക്കും തോന്നില്ല, അതുകൊണ്ട് ഐ തിങ്ക്
വേറൊരു കാര്യമുള്ളതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാല് സിറ്റി ആർ പ്ലേയിങ് വോൾസ്, റൈറ്റ്? സോ ആ ഗെയിം ഐ ഡോണ്ട് തിങ്ക് ഇറ്റ് വിൽ ബി വെരി ഹൈ സ്കോറിംഗ് ഗെയിം. കുറെ ഗോൾസ് ഒന്നും ഉണ്ടാവും, ചിലപ്പോൾ സിറ്റി വിൻ ചെയ്യും, പക്ഷെ വോണ്ട് ബി എ ഹൈ സ്കോറിംഗ് വൺ. സോ if you are ready to take that risk, you don't have to bring in City players this week, and you can wait one more week and then bring in.
That takes us to next point. How about United players? Which United player should we pick?
There are 3. I mean, obvious 3 is Bruno, Rashford, and Martial.
Okay.
So, but again, all are on or above 9 million. So it's like crazy. If you have Salah and Aubameyang, you can't do anything in that midfield anymore.
Correct.
So,
Right. I mean,
but that is where if you have a
Greenwood is the
Jimenez
smartest,
or a,
right? Greenwood is the smartest pick in that. He's cheaper and obviously he'll give you goals overall the season.
yeah, I mean, he's the smartest pick, but not very smart this week probably. I think he won't start.
He won't start. Yeah. I mean, also given that
he's a good pick, but he's at 7.5. You know, he's not those. If he was at say a 6 or a 6.5, like then he would have been a sure shot. Even if he plays, but about 15 to 18 games in that season, he gives you bang for the buck. But him at 7.5. He's at 7.5 kind of tilts. You pay. You can get a Son at 9, right? Or a James Rodriguez at 7.5, and I'm very impressed by what I saw with James Rodriguez. Or go 0.5 more and get Willian. I've always been a big fan of Willian at Chelsea. I think at Arsenal it's a perfect fit. So I personally, being a Man United fan, wouldn't go for Greenwood. I love the guy, but I don't think FPL point return wise he's a good bet. But if you have a Son,
let's talk about Arsenal also. So you have Arsenal and West Ham. West Ham are already with club infighting a lot of issues. Looks like a easy game for Arsenal. Arsenal played really well against Fulham also, sticking to Arteta's gun. So if Arsenal has to steamroll through West Ham, obviously you need Aubameyang for the captain, correct?
Yeah.
Would you triple captain him?
No.
Okay.
So
I'm very tempted to, but yeah.
Yes. This is if you are someone who takes a punt. This probably is the week you triple captain him, because I know a lot of people did triple captain Salah. He signed a new contract. West Ham is in disarray. West Ham has been one of the leakiest defense. Shots against big chances considered has been very poor from a West Ham perspective. Right. So again, if you are a practical person, you're waiting for one of those double game weeks because it's going to come. City and United are one game short, so it's going to come at some point. But the people who triple captain Salah are thinking, that's the best thing they did because.
So to summarize between these games, so if you look at a differential, you have James Rodriguez, very good buy at 7.5. If you don't have already, Willian, again, classic buy, already is in the dream team for this week.
This week,
and
yes.
If you have Oba, keep him, and then from United, bring in either Rashford, Martial, or Bruno. In that, whom do you think is the highest one, like Bruno, Martial, or Rashford?
It's just the fact that the midfield is very jam-packed this year. You have so many options, right? The expensive, so you can only afford to keep 2 of the 4. You can only afford to keep KDB or Sterling. Both are at around 11.5. Then you have Salah, Mane, and Aubameyang at 12. Then you have Bruno at 10.5, and I think Rashford's at 9.5. It's very tough. Yeah. So just because of that, and because of the fact that Martial does better in a home game, I would think if you have an Ings or a Jimenez, it's a iffy because Wolves have a lot of good games coming up. But if you really wanted, if that was your plan from when you started your dream team, that I'm going to bring in Martial at week number 2, I think that's a switch you should make.
Martial or not Kane, right? People like me who have Kane.
Kane, again, I have Kane as well. I am going to give him one more chance. It reminds me of that hat-trick he scored in that 5-2 win against Southampton. So I'm going to just... the thing is, a lot of people are dropping Kane, and I might just get lucky with the differential. So that's the thing. You can. There's a right absolutely good way to go.
വിരോധാഭാസമാണ് ഞാൻ ടോട്ടൻഹാം ജേഴ്സി ഇട്ടിട്ട് ഞാൻ പറയുന്നത് but the way that game panned out, I don't see him scoring anymore. It's like
I think Spurs has to come back because
that is another thing. Mourinho should inspire them, and it could be a game where they score a lot of goals.
Okay, so moving on from there, that's first game, that's Saturday. Then Sunday you have Southern.
I missed. I wanted to say one more thing about West Brom. West Brom, there is a midfielder called Pereira. I forgot his full name.
Bala was telling in that West Brom. percentage.
Yeah, okay. And I think if you have a like a budget constraints, I think it's a very good option to consider.
So you think he's
like
a differential, like a,
yeah.
somebody-
What is he at?
I'm probably 4.55. I don't know.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
not
So
sure, but
if you have
we can
Susek,
check.
just drop him and then take Pereira.
Yeah, I'm not going to plan to take any hit this week, especially by I'm not planning to concede any points. So
Okay.
so
So-
I think
Which takes us to the next game, which is Newcastle and Brighton. Callum Wilson started off the chart already. He's already scored one. He looked very sharp on that game, like more than sharp, hungry also. Like he wanted to score that goal, and he was chasing everywhere. He was getting angry sometimes when the ball was not played to him the right way. So, which is the right thing that you want to see in striker?
right attitude, yeah.
The hunger. Yes.
Hunger, yeah. So.
I think that was missing in Newcastle for a long time. They had I forgot his name.
They had that Brazilian striker who never scored, right?
They had one more English striker, right? I forgot his name. Gray? No, not Gray. I forgot it.
I think you're talking about. I know what his name. Yeah,
he was at Crystal Palace as he was at Crystal Palace as well. Yeah, so I forgot his name. So.
But post Corona, he did really well though. He scored a lot of goals post Corona, but then again he.
But again, when you see Newcastle lineup, he never comes as a sure start. He's always coming up as a sub.
You were talking about Gale, right?
Gale, exactly.
Yes, Yes.
Yeah.
So
another important player, I think, is Fraser from Bournemouth. He came here and he was like a FPL lucky charm. Whenever I picked him, he always gave an assist.
He and Wilson both were like FPL assets. So
it's a good combination. They have played together, so it's a good combination. But here is my point. Wilson is at 8, right? If I'm not mistaken, Wilson is expensive. So, Wilson at 8, Martial at 9, Jimenez at 8, and I think we will have to find that lucky striker who's gonna. So that way, I think Che Adams at 6 is freeing up a lot of budget for you. I think both Ings and Che Adams would have scored that day. I think David Guetta made some brilliant saves. In any other game, one of those goes in. So I think people are being a little too panicky on I understand if you have 2 forwards, but especially Ings came from a season that he came from. But I think Che Adams, is not a bad pick at all. I'm not convinced Mitrovic is because, I watched the championship match from Brentford. He didn't even play there in that one also. So I don't think he's a regular starter in that team anymore.
Yeah.
So I would pick Che Adams, and I don't have him in my team personally, but I think he's a good budget pick.
Right. Okay. The next game is Chelsea-Liverpool. What do you think in terms of FPL? If you have Werner, keep him. Obviously, you have Salah, keep him. But do you think of picking anybody new? Did you see anything to pick anybody new?
I think the funny thing that I saw is Mane has a price drop. So a lot of people have panic sold him. So unless it was a plan to get KDB or Sterling or Bruno, I thought it was a knee-jerk reaction, especially considering next few are away games, and technically Mane does well in away games compared to Salah. And I also saw a lot of people panicking about what to do with Trent Alexander. He was not the sharpest as he was.
Right.
And at 7.5, you're really, you want the premium. But I think these are knee-jerk reactions. These are the players who have given us points, week after week. I think we should keep them. If you have them, keep them. Don't, because if you're going to get them back, if you're going to take them out and think that I'm not going to get them back unless I use a wild card, go for it by all means. But if you're going to get them back 2 weeks, 3 weeks in line, you're just wasting 2 transfers to get the same player back.
Yeah. Who in Chelsea should we keep or buy or bring in?
I think keep Werner, keep Reece James. If you have it, and I think if you don't have any defense from Chelsea, probably Azpilicueta will be a good option. He didn't play last game, and he might start since it's a big game, so he might be back, or Thiago Silva, either one of them, because they would be they need somebody of one of them as the captains, I think,
right?
Rather than I think, I don't know who's the Chelsea captain right now.
Jorginho was the captain last game.
Yeah.
So, and he banged in those
Would
penalty as well.
you bring in Kepa?
No, never.
No.
So not especially no, and not for this game, right? You're playing against. I think Salah will score. I think the people are going by just the home and away from. I saw a very hungry Salah last game, especially after the season restarted. He was all over the place. But I saw not only a new haircut. I know maybe that kind of made him leaner and meaner. But I saw that hunger in him, and he's on penalties. And I think he's going to score. I think he's going to score. I don't know about the rest of him. I have a feeling it's going to be a high scoring affair again, like Leeds United.
Okay. Also, when players were asked about who will you pick in this fantasy Premier League, when somebody asked Salah, he was like, "Okay, pick me." He was asking everybody to pick himself. When everybody else said one way or the other player's name.
I think he's getting into that Cristiano Ronaldo mode. Like when Ronaldo was in his prime years in EPL. Yeah. He said it was always about him, but we felt it like, oh, he's arrogant and a prick. But that's how confident players are. Abramovich is like that. They feel they are the biggest players in the world, and I think now Salah is doing that. He's like, in every interview, he's like, yeah, I played really well. I'm creating chances. I'm scoring goals. It's like, but he has that little.
He has that low profile thing, that nobody. I don't know. There is not much of a hype on him. Salah. Yeah. Everything goes under the
Right.
Even if he scores a hat trick, is like, okay, normal. Something happened, but not a big news.
Yeah,
right.
So let's move to the next game. We have the big clean sheet teams, two teams, Burnley and Sheffield. They both are playing. Burnley is playing the first game. Pope was one of the top goalkeepers last season in terms of points.
But Burnley is playing Leicester, right? Burnley is playing Leicester.
Leicester, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a Leicester home game, right?
Yes, a home game.
Yeah.
It's a home game, yeah. And Vardy's on fire. So, would you pick Vardy or would you pick the Burnley defense? I know Sejit has Vardy, but I'm just asking.
I have Vardy. So there are two players. The moment I drop, they score goals, and I always repent. And I personally love them. One is Salah, one is Vardy. So this season I have decided to just continue with them.
Okay.
So I am just going to keep them. I don't think after week one I should say this, but if you have Vardy, I don't think you should drop him in front before a whole game, especially since he scored two. He's high on confidence. He's a Golden Boot winner. So I think he's gonna score again. So I'll keep him.
But I have a suspicion that Burnley might bring a clean sheet here, like Tarkowski's and the Pope combination. It was clicking in the Corona, and it's just a small break for them. And Leicester, even though they scored 2 goals, I was not really convinced the way they played that game.
No, they like I think Srijit earlier said that Vardy didn't have any shots on goal. It was 2 penalties, but of course his confidence will be high. But if you don't have Vardy, I don't think you should go for him and bring him in.
Correct.
There are better strikers, other options.
Correct. Yeah.
But like Shabri said, Pope and Peters and Tarkowski are good options.
Good options, yeah.
Yeah, cheaper options.
Actually, in Burnley, you have the Hernandez. He's a pretty cheap striker. He's at 6, I think. So I know Sejit said about Che, but Hernandez is a very good option for a striker.
Hernandez is in Leeds.
No, what is his name? Is it Rodriguez or Hernandez? There is a striker.
Rodriguez.
Okay. Yeah, you're talking about Rodriguez. Yes.
He is a pretty good option because in that post-corona, he was the top scorer.
Yeah.
Like, and obviously in Burnley, if Wood plays,
But-
Wood is a starter,
Yeah.
but
Wood is the preferred choice, I think, for them. And
Yes.
and
Correct.
so and I don't know, somehow Wood always scores. Sometimes all the one odd goal somewhere he does it, and he
Right,
just
right.
So this is what I feel about Burnley and Sheffield strikers. They score, but it's on their day. So they are not known for scoring a lot of goals. They are known for their defense. So if I am picking someone from those teams, I'm picking defense. I'm not picking a striker or anything.
Okay. And then the last game, the big game. So Man City Wolves beat them home and away the season before, I think. And then last season they beat away, but home, I think they lost. So
home they lost. I think Sterling scored 2 goals there.
yeah, but
And
Jimenez tremendous record against City. So if you have it, keep him. But will you bring him in the team or?
No, I think this is not a week to bring Wolves player into the team, especially with United and City players sitting out there. I don't think you're getting a Wolves player into the team unless you're looking up, right? You're looking ahead in the sense Wolves have extremely good fixtures till week 7. So that way it's Wolves, a very good option.
Also, if you have if you are going for wild card and if you are completely dismantling your team, you can go ahead and bring in all these options like Wolves and Spurs, and all have good fixtures for till week 7, I think. So unless you're doing that, I don't think there is a way to bring in expensive players this week if you're going for United and City. Yeah.
Okay, so to summarize, we talked about James Rodriguez, Willian.
Yeah, Willian.
Then we talked about who was it?
I think
Sterling Wilson. Then we
Callum
talked
Wilson,
about
Sterling, Fraser,
Rashford, Martial, and not Bruno, Rashford or Martial. And then we did not talk about Leeds. So Leeds played really well last week. So Leeds are playing Fulham this week.
Yeah.
Whom do you think is a good option in Leeds? Obviously, Harrison, Ayling, Cleish, or a lot of good picks, cheaper picks.
Yeah, actually, it's a bit confusing, and there are a lot of options, and both teams actually should win or will go for a win probably. But considering how Leeds performed against Liverpool, I am just side on Leeds side. And also, I really loved how their aggression was against Liverpool. So I don't see any chance for Fulham there.
Yeah, but who is a player? Whom do you think is a good pick in that Leeds team?
If you go for the back line, I'll go for Luke Ayling.
Luke Ayling.
In the midfield, Harrison, and striker. I personally have Hernandez in my team, but I don't know if he will start, but I'm not sure.
Yeah. Because they are very championship. I think they both know each other really well. And I'm thinking
of differential option. Harrison has, I think he is the most. The player who created most number of chances for them last season in championship.
Oh, okay.
And I think he was the more very. Outstanding player for them.
Okay, so then Harrison is a good option, Ayling, and then.
So one word of caution is Leeds play City next. So the way Leeds are playing, it could be a goal fest against City because the way they went out and attacked. So if you are taking Ayling, you have to keep in mind that you have to bench him and probably want to bench him in the City game or kind of be okay to get a 0 point. Because after that, Leeds have very good fixture list. A lot of if you go by the FDRs, right, fixture difficulty ratings, I think there are a lot of 2s and 3s. So till about game week 10. So if you are picking up an Ayling is exciting. 4.5 should free up money. Is a big option in this thing here, right? You want all the big players. So if you can free up your budget at some place, I think you should go for it.
Okay. All right. So any last minute advices? Anything?
I think if you are doing a wild card, go for it, but don't mix up. Like, don't be tempted to lose points a lot. And I think there is no harm in using wild card this time, this early as
Don't
well.
do a -12, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
yes. Don't do a -12. Don't do a, two things of Bala come to me. One is it's a marathon, not a sprint. And second thing is also Bala. He takes a -12 any given day. But I think this is the week. If you want to take a -12, go as well. Go do a,
Right. And also the important thing,
Wildcard.
join our Football Premier Podcast League. The winner, as we said,
Yeah.
gets an Amazon gift card.
Yeah.
Right now, Srijit is leading the pack.
But you should join the league, Sid.
What is it?
I'm in the other league. I'm not in this one. But yes,
okay.
you guys
You
share
should join. I think you should
FPS
still can join it. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still join
Yeah,
in. So in this description below, we'll give you the joining code.
Should we?
Yeah, I think we should also, if you like these videos, you like the analysis that we bring in, please, like, share, and subscribe, because this is not done for, this is not a commercial venture. This is just a group of friends all sitting. Shabrish is from the US. I'm sitting in Bangalore, India. Walsan is from Malmo, Sweden. So this is purely out of the interest of the game. So if you like this, your like, share, and subscribe would be mean a lot to us. And I think we are going to open up the comment section as well. So go ahead, write in what you felt about our analysis.
One thing I think we missed is who will you captain this time?
Aubameyang.
You, Shabrish?
Aubameyang.
Yeah, I think everybody is going Auba. It's like, yeah, obvious choice.
If you want differential, go for Martial. If you want a differential, go for Martial or Sterling. But then don't feel sad about it. But then, I think Aubameyang is the logical pick. If you go from your brain, I think Aubameyang is the.
I mean, if you have Willian is also a good option.
Yeah.
Willian or Auba, but I don't have Willian, so I'll pick Auba.
See, Aubameyang is also a midfielder now, so every goal gives him a 5. So, but I think even Willian was going for the goals. So, it's if you don't have, it's a different thing. But if you have him, then keep making a captain. It's no
yeah.
All right. So, see you guys next week. Thanks for joining.
See you, man. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
Nice. Bye.